Welcome, everyone. Mr. Perry here. I'm going to be walking through the coronavirus interactive worksheet with you. I would advise that you take some notes and read along as we go, and you'll have some good notes to help you in doing your coronavirus lesson. So, what is the background? What is the coronavirus? This was updated February 25th of 2020. And with all that you're hearing on the news, it has progressed to be a lot worse than people had imagined that it might be. So keep that in mind. The CDC is responding to an outbreak of respiratory disease caused by a novel or new coronavirus that was first detected in Wuhan City, Hubei Province, China, and which has been detected in 37 locations internationally, including cases in the United States. The virus has been named SARS-CoV-2, and the disease it causes has been named Coronavirus Disease 2019. Now, on January 30th, 2020, the World Health Organization declared it a health emergency. Well, what is the source and spread of the virus? The coronaviruses are a large family of viruses that are common in many different species of animals, including camels, cattle, cats, and bats. Rarely, animal coronaviruses can infect people and then spread between people. Now, early on, many of the patients in the COVID-19 outbreak in Wuhan, China, had some link to a large seafood and live animal market, suggesting animal-to-person spread. Later, a growing number of patients reportedly did not have exposure to animal markets, indicating person-to-person spread, that is, from one person to another. Person-to-person spread has been reported outside China, including the U.S. and other locations. Chinese officials report that sustained person-to-person spread in the community is occurring in China. And in addition, other destinations have apparent community spread, meaning some people have been infected who are not sure how or where they became infected. So these were the statistics back in February. They were the number of cases, the number of deaths, and the number who have recovered. We have since gone quite a bit past those numbers. Well, how do you keep yourself safe? How it spreads? Well, person to person within 6 feet, via respiratory droplets from coughs or sneezes. Contact with infection on surfaces may be possible to touch a surface and transfer it to your own mouth, nose, or eyes. And people are more contagious when they feel the sickest, but some spread might happen before they feel sick. As of this writing, the CDC is still trying to learn about this virus. There is still much more to be learned about the virus and also about the best way to deal with the effects as being seen worldwide. Here's an animated map of confirmed COVID-19 cases spreading from January 12th to February 27th. As you can see here, this was the epicenter, China, and you can see how it has moved across a good deal of the world at that point. Here's an updated coronavirus global spread. If you look at that carefully, that's again where it started, and it's beginning to spread out at that point. Hadn't really touched the United States in a big way at that point. Well, what are the symptoms? How do you know that you may have it? Well, you get fever, cough, shortness of breath. Note, the CDC, or the Center for Disease Control, believes at this time that symptoms of COVID-19 may appear in as few as 2 days or as long as 14 days after exposure. Prevention and treatment, you have a fever, cough, and shortness of breath. How do you prevent and how do you treat? Well, there is currently no vaccine to prevent coronavirus disease 2019 or COVID-19. The best way to prevent illness is to avoid being exposed to this virus. However, as a reminder, CDC also recommends everyday preventive actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases, including, number 1, avoid close contact with people who are sick. 2, avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. 3, stay home when you're sick. 4, cover your cough or sneeze with a tissue, then throw the tissue in the trash. Number 5, clean and disinfect frequently touched objects and surfaces using a regular household cleaning spray or wipe. Number 6, follow CDC's recommendations for using a face mask. CDC does not recommend that people who are well wear a face mask to protect themselves from respiratory diseases, including COVID-19. That was at that time. That has since changed, and CDC has made other recommendations. But face masks should be used by people who show symptoms of COVID-19 to help prevent the spread of disease to others. Once again, you are helping others. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, especially after going to the bathroom, before eating, and after blowing your nose, coughing, or sneezing. If soap and water aren't available, use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. Always wash hands with soap and water if hands are visibly dirty. Using the coronavirus 2019-2020 events timeline, you are to choose 21 events and write a few words to describe them. Right here. And here are some of the events. Here are more directions. Be sure to add the date for each event you choose and cut and paste one emoji from one slide 13 into slide 15. That could represent those events. Optional follow-up, use a second blank, dates coronavirus timeline, and research and continue to track the events surrounding the virus. For each event, fill in the date, a brief description of what happened, and cut and paste an emoji in the circle. Emojis. In summary, share facts, not fear. Some facts here. Your coronavirus interactive timeline from outbreak to whatever your date. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Work through it, take good notes, and do the coronavirus lesson. And we'll see you on the other side. Hit it and quit it.